Boom! So good evening, you beautiful people. How are you doing? I hope everybody is well. If you are watching on the replay, thank you so much for watching on the replay. Do come and join us live 1 week if you can. I do this almost every Monday night, 9 p.m. till 10 p.m. Occasionally, something comes up and I can't do it, but I reckon 99% of the time over the last 10 years, I've been here live on a Monday night, facebook.com/Act On This TV. So thank you for everybody who is here live. Really appreciate you coming and hang out. Got loads to discuss with you tonight. Lots of stuff going down for members of actonthis.tv. Lots of stuff just I'll play out tonight. Even if you're not a member of the community, that's totally cool. I want to give you as much free value as I possibly can. But if you really want to make the end of 2023 count, you really do want to come and join the community. actonthis.tv/live. You see at the bottom of your screen right now to check out what is coming up. I'm going to go over to the site. I'm going to do a little recap initially on what's been going on recently, and then we're going to look at what's coming up this week. Those people who are in the market for a great agent, if you're like, you know what, this year's not been that great with my current agent, maybe you're looking to move, or even, you know what, even if you're happy with your agent right now, but you just want to learn how to build a more effective way of working with them, sort of like a bit more of a real partnership. You want to sort of work more effectively to cultivate more casting opportunities. What I'm going to talk to you about later tonight is also going to be relevant to you as well. But if I go over to actonthis.tv, this is the site for those people stumbling across it for the first time. If I click into the preview features section, this is where you can preview literally every sort of Zoom call that we've held on here for the last 2-3 years. You can have a look at everything that goes down. Every single week we sit down basically with a top casting director, agent, director, writer, producer, another industry professional. There's Tony Blake, headshot photographer, for example, showreel producers. I mean, massive casting directors. There's Kelly Valentine Hendry, Bridget and casting director. We've had some incredible sessions on in 2023. It's not stopping yet. We've still got plenty of stuff coming up. But this week, just gone, we had a really, really interesting session that I wish I'd have done years ago. In all of these years of running Acts on This, I've never held a real in-depth session with Spotlight. We had Spotlight's very own success manager, Mel Brown, do what was, how long was this in the end? It was 2.5 hours. A 2.5-hour deep dive into really, really blinging out your Spotlight profile. And there were so many things, I don't know about you, but there were so many things on there that even I didn't know, that you could do on your profile. So many things that I hadn't filled in on my profile. And there's lots of new additions and stuff, and everything on your Spotlight profile is searchable. Casting directors can literally search for every single element on your profile. So if you don't have it filled in, and it could be something as simple as if you have a London base, but maybe you live in Manchester, you've still got a London base, but you've not put you have a London base down on your Spotlight profile, there will be auditions that your agent just simply cannot put you up for because the filters on Spotlight say London base only. And if you don't have a London base, your agent can't even push you through for that. I spoke to an agent today who was having issues around that because their clients had not updated their bases. I mean, there's loads of stuff, skill sets, lots of different sort of like attributes you can add to your profile that you've probably not added, basically, and you are then missing out on opportunities. So this session was wicked. I'm going to play out just like a 2-minute mashup of some of the stuff that we spoke about on this. And then for those people who are here live, I'd love to get your feedback on it because I honestly thought it was one of the most valuable sessions we've done all year. There was stuff that we talked about on that session that I've never even thought of when it comes to my Spotlight profile before. So here's a couple of minutes of what you missed, and then we'll dive into it a little bit further as well. Spotlight's very own success manager, Mel Brown. Mel, thank you so much for being here. How are you?
So I moved from support to membership and now to success, which is still essentially membership, but with a lovely title. And yeah, I've been at Spotlight now for 7 years.
It's my goal to ensure everyone here leaves this session knowing how to profit from their Spotlight profile. Before Mel shows us how to make our profiles irresistible to the casting directors that are casting these jobs, I just want to play out a video from head of casting at Line Pictures, Mr. Peter Hunt. What are you paying for a day player role now? 800, 900 quid?
It's over £1,000 when you...
Over £1,000?
Yeah.
For one line, over £1,000?
Over 14 words.
How can we get you earning your Spotlight fees back ASAP? We're going to be using Petch's profile to start.
If something you're not feeling like you're getting the self-tapes or the work, it's a bit slow, I've got to be completely honest. It tends to be two things. Your headshots aren't strong enough, or your media isn't strong enough.
So media is the next thing to look at.
Here we go. If I'm casting something and I want to look at villainous, perfect, straight in there. Comedic, straight in. I know exactly where I'm going. If you are strong at an accent, record some audio, 30 seconds to a minute, and put that in your audio second. Just that accent. Don't do a reel of accents. The About Me section is just an introduction of who you are and just highlighting, a few key facts about yourself.
I don't think a lot of people know you can search via casting directors.
Casting director, yeah, that's a great point to make as well.
If we just search for Simon, all of Simon stuff's going to come up. Discounts are a big thing.
Theatre tickets save 10%, theatre and attraction tickets. Approach your profile as if you don't know yourself. That casting director has never met you. They don't know your skills. So does your profile show off your skills and who you are as a performer?
Boom, actonthis.tv, get a membership, you'll unlock the full 2.5 hour session. I absolutely guarantee as well, I would go as far as saying it's a guarantee, that if you watch that session, you will absolutely put yourself in a position to earn your spotlight fees back faster than ever before. The main reason that I did that session was because I saw a lot of people on Twitter recently saying that they don't feel they're getting value from their spotlight membership. And I'm like, right, that's probably because you're not using it properly. Like, I don't want to sound harsh, but you can't just sign up to Spotlight and expect to work. If I was a plumber, I couldn't just go and buy some really brilliant tools and then just expect to suddenly have a job the next day. You've got to, sort of put those tools into action. You've got to market yourself properly in order to, actually land opportunities that are going to lead to paid work. And the reason that I included that clip from Peter Hunt there, head of Hollyoaks casting, was to show you just actually how much money there is in the industry for seemingly very little work. If you go and do 14 words, so one line more than 14 words long on Hollyoaks, you will get paid over £1,000. Your spotlight fees are 182 quid roughly at the moment as I'm going out live tonight in 2023. So, that's, I mean, what is that? That's like a 50 times return on your investment if you can land one line on a serial drama this year. And that's what I just want actors to sort of look at. Not look at all the obstacles that are in the way. Actually look at what's available if you apply yourself and if you put the work in. And, if you're complaining that you're not earning any money from your Spotlight profile, but you've not updated it in the last 6 months, then there's a real disconnect there, isn't there? You've really got to, be tweaking it almost constantly, to sort of make it more applicable to the casting directors that you're sending it out to, whether that means that you're regularly changing your headshots when you're sending it out to certain casting directors, you're maybe changing the order of the reels that are on your profile when you're sending it out to certain casting directors, just to make it easier for them to see your work that's more aligned with the projects that they're casting. It's a constant sort of work in progress, your Spotlight profile. So that was just a really interesting session. Honestly, I took so much away from it. I love it when I'm the student on these sessions as well. It's got to the point now after doing this for 13 years, I pretty much know when I bring a casting director on, and I'm going to ask them a question, I'm pretty much, 90% certain of what it is that they're going to say. It's lovely now when you get sessions like that where I'm just like, Mel, just show us what we're doing wrong. And Mel's been deep on Spotlight profiles for 6 years now, 7 years. So she knows it better than anybody. So it was a really valuable session. Definitely dive into that in the members area if you haven't already. If you're not a member, it's worth getting a membership just for that. Honest to God, if you get a month's membership, it's £6.75 a week. It's dirt cheap. You get a month's membership, you listen to that. You dive into the other features that we've got. If you make those tweaks to your Spotlight profile and through those tweaks you get one self-tape that leads to a job, you're literally, you'll make thousands of percent back on your investment. So I would highly recommend people do give that a look. Nick says I changed a couple of things on my spotters after that session. Nice one, Nick. So did I, mate. Absolutely. David said, really interesting point to use audio clips for accents. David, yeah, that was something that I'd never really looked into either. I've got my voice reel on there, but I never thought of actually, the accents that you've got on your Spotlight profile that you've put down as, you obviously got your native accent and then the other ones that you're highly skilled in. Rather than, casting directors having to take a chance and go, oh, David's got Geordie on his Spotlight, but actually how good is he at Geordie? rather than, you know, them maybe be that, I don't know if I can take a chance because I've got John over here who I know his Geordie's strong, so I've only got, you know, a limited amount of time to cast this. I'm just going to give the tape to John. If you add on your Spotlight profile Geordie accent, labeled very, very specifically in your media section, and they can play it and go, yeah, it's bang on, you're going to get the tape. And that was something that I haven't done, and there's been a couple of auditions that I've had. Luckily, I've still got the auditions, and I've booked the jobs actually as well, but there was one brief I mentioned on that went out a few years ago. It's a Peter Kay comedy, and it said that it needed native or impeccable Cockney accents. And I was like, well, my Cockney accent's good, but I don't know if I'd say it was impeccable. And I had to kind of push the casting director to see me. And luckily, he was pleasantly surprised that I got the job. I don't know how I did, to be honest. I think I just winged it a little bit. But had that been on my Spotlight profile, you know, a decent Cockney accent, then he probably wouldn't have needed to be convinced. He would have just gone, you know, if it was good enough, yeah, you know what, you can come in and be seen. That was back in the day when it wasn't tapes, actually. That was in the room audition, so it was even more important as well. They really wouldn't want to take a chance of bringing someone in the room who couldn't deliver in front of the director. So yeah, I think that's another really, really good point that Mel goes into. There's so many in that chat. If you're here live, like I say, let me know, you know, what you maybe took away from that. I'd love to know what your biggest takeaway from that session was. And Josh says he's got so much to catch up on, like, because you've been working, haven't you? You've been busy performing. You've got loads of features to catch up on, Josh. But that's a beautiful thing about being an Acts on This member. We record absolutely everything, and I keep at any one time, generally speaking, the last 2 years worth of features in the members area. There's some stuff that might not be as applicable now, so I delete that. But anything that's sort of evergreen, that I class as evergreen, which is most of these sessions, to be honest, I will keep the last 2 years worth in the members area. It's interesting, every January, and I'm going to be doing this in January coming up, me and producer Petch, we go through. And last year we deleted nearly 45 features. I mean, obviously there's hundreds in the members area, but every year we delete roughly 45, 50 features from the members area. What I was thinking of doing is maybe before I do that, is maybe give people, only members obviously, the opportunity to maybe download legacy features. You know, so you could have the ones that you maybe want to keep locally on your computer. I'm not going to store them on the website because I don't have unlimited, you know, storage for video, and they're all long videos. But yeah, maybe if there's something that you haven't seen and you see it in next year disappear from the members area, just if you drop me an email and just let me know. I'll still have the local copies here. I don't delete them from my hard drive. They just don't appear on the site anymore. I'll be able to send you, you know, a download link for stuff like that. So don't worry, if you're a member, you'll still get access to stuff. If you were like, oh, I really wanted that session there with such and such a body, and now you've taken it down, I can still sort that out for you. Right, what else is going down before I play some more clips out? Alex says, I still talk about the Babu Cisse webinar. We did that over 2 years ago. It's still on the site because it's so freaking good, Alex. But yeah, no wonder you still talk about that. Still one of the best, but that's evergreen. We really dive deep into mindset with Babu. Babu's a BAFTA-nominated actor. He's absolutely incredible. And yeah, we went really deep on mindset. It's one of the best sessions that I've done in the entirety of running Acts on This 13 years. It's without a doubt one of the best. It's so, you'll just feel so electric. Let me show you if I go to the site for those people who are here. If you are a member, dive into this weekend or something like that. If you just go into, in fact, let me show you properly. If you go into your members area and then click into your premium membership, and then at the top here you've got a search bar. Just search for Babu, and it's B-A-B-A-U. So B-A-B, no, hang on, no, O-U. Yeah, O-U, B-A-B-O-U, Babu. Well, how do I spell your name, Babu? Do a little search. What do I have to do? Hit enter. It's loading, but it's loading slow. There you go. It's because I'm streaming at the same time. How to truly master your mindset with BAFTA-nominated actor Babu Cisse. It will load if I wasn't streaming right now. There you go. And what is it? A 2 hour and 15-minute session with the main man. I mean, there's so many great sessions in there. I love that one as well. Cracking a career in comedy with actor, writer, and comedian Joe Wilkinson. I freaking love Joe. For those who you'll recognise Joe, obviously, but he was in Ricky Gervais's Derek. He's in Afterlife. He plays Postman Pat. Great stand-up comedian. Does all the countdown stuff. He's just a total legend. And we go through, sort of how he built his career in comedy. I mean, there's just so many, so many sessions. I think we've even got one with Matt Lucas still. That was really early on. That might have to come down this year. But watch that before the end of 2023. That was a cracker. We all had a sing song at the end of that one as well. I think Matt was playing the piano, and we were all having a little sing. But yeah, anyway, the Spotlight one. Get on it. This weekend or like some point this week if you can. I'm going to play out one last little clip as well. Just when it comes to headshots and media, you might have heard Mel say in that trailer there that, you know, when actors aren't getting self-tapes or they're feeling it's a bit slow, it's generally one of two things or both. It's that your headshots aren't good enough or that your media, so your show reel, your audio clips, they're not good enough. Mel just brings up some really interesting questions in this section, so I wanted to play it out for everybody tonight, whether you remember or not, just so you can get some value. I like what she says in this about asking yourself if you're going to add something to your profile, why? If you've already got 4 headshots, why are you adding that 5th? What is it bringing to your profile that we don't have in headshots 1, 2, 3, and 4? Why are you adding it? If you can't answer that question, chances are you just don't need it. But Mel explains further in this. Let me know your thoughts.
If you're not feeling like you're getting the self-tapes or the work, it's a bit slow, I've got to be completely honest. It tends to be 2 things. Your headshots aren't strong enough or your media isn't strong enough, okay? Because those are the 2 really key points that casting directors will be looking at. I normally recommend between 4 and 6 current headshots on the profile. You can have more, obviously there is ability to have more, but I would ask, and I always say this to you, I ask you to ask yourself this question: why are you adding more? What is the reason for adding more? If you are wanting to put different expressions, it's showing a different side to you, then that's absolutely fine. That makes total sense. But I cannot tell you the amount of times that I've done advice sessions and I've seen the same photo 6 times with the same expression. That's not versatility. That's not showing me what you can do. That is just a lovely picture of you 6 times in a different t-shirt. Another thing I see is like people have headshots from a lot of different sessions. Again, if a casting director is seeing that and seeing a different name for every different headshot, they'll be like, well, which session, you know, which one is your most current one? You know, you've got one from this and that and this. I'm not sure you've got 6 different, you know, photographers listed.
So media is the next thing to look at.
Here we go. The amount of times I look at someone's profile and I'm like, what is this video? What am I about to look at? If I'm casting something and I want to look at villainous, perfect, straight in there. Comedic, straight in. I know exactly where I'm going. And don't label it main show reel 2023.
Yes.
You may, like, the year drives me insane. Just leave the year off. It's your show reel. There is a lot of competition out there, and you really need to be putting out your best work in order to even get the self-tape.
Once again, the full 2.5 hour session with Mel is in the members area on atsonthis.tv right now. Seriously, bit of a game changer. You should watch that, totally pimp out your profile, and then it's ready for 2024. That's another reason I wanted to do that session now as well, is you know what I'm like, I hate this time of year for actors going, I'm just going to give up and I'm going to quit and I'm just going to do everything in 2024. I'm going to wait till next year. It's absolutely losing mentality. That's deploying losing DNA. That's not how winning is done. Winning is done by actually utilising the next, what have we got, 7 weeks? Somebody have a look. How many days are left until, let's say, the last Friday before Christmas? Someone figure that out for me. I don't even know when that is. It'll roughly be what, like 6 weeks-ish, something like that. You've really got to make every one of those weeks count. And then you can go into Christmas and New Year actually, like, chilled. I don't know how you're like, but I'm like this. Like, it almost reminds me of school. If I went into the last week of the summer holidays having not done all my homework, I would feel so anxious on edge. And many years that's how I felt. Many years I left all of my homework until the last weekend before I went back to school, and it was absolutely awful. I couldn't enjoy the weekend. I couldn't relax. It was horrible. And that's sort of how I feel about taking time off when I feel I don't deserve it. And that's not being super harsh on myself or being a workaholic. You know, I'm borderline. But there's nothing better than actually going and having fun and relaxing, knowing that you've got all your ducks in a row and that everything's fine for the new year. So you can really be present with your friends and your family and enjoy Christmas and enjoy New Year and actually have some real you time, rather than thinking, oh shit, I've got to write to agents in the new year. Oh my God, I knew I should have done that. I need some new headshots in the new year, but I've not done that. I should probably get my show reel edited in the new year. You're starting off the new year feeling like really overwhelmed and a bit shit. Whereas if you can use the next 7 weeks to get all this stuff sorted, and particularly if you're looking for an agent, that's what we're going to look at next, use this 7 weeks to get one. Don't wait until probably, honestly, statistically, maybe 25,000 people will probably be looking for new agents in the new year. There's 90,000 performers on Spotlight. Well, actually, 68,000 actors, isn't there? So maybe not quite 25,000. I reckon there could be 20% of actors who want a new agent at any one time. You know, it's only 2 out of 10 people. And then if you say round it up to 70,000 actors, that's roughly 14,000 actors in January are going to be looking for a new agent. Do you want to be competing with 14,000 other people? Or do you want to be competing with maybe not even half of that now, of the proactive people who are looking for an agent now, getting all their ducks in a row for the new year so they can actually start the new year off like running, as opposed to crawling out of a hungover slumber of holy shit, I better actually do something this year. Yeah, let's make these weeks count. Let me see if someone's figured out how many days we've got. 41 days, Indy. 41 days until the Friday before Christmas, is that? That's good to know. 41 days. Remember what Dominic Stevenson said? He's a Emmerdale and Coronation Street director we had on a couple of weeks ago. He coined the hashtag no more 0 days. Let's just make sure we have no more 0 days between now and that. Well, no more 0 days for 41 days. You could do an awful lot in 41 days. Joe, how are you? Joanne, good evening. 39 days says, oh, we got 39 or 41. What is it? I'm getting conflicting answers here, but roughly 40 days. Let's go for 40 days. And Mark, good evening. Just finished work, he says. Nice one, mate. Thanks for joining us. So yeah, that's a spotlight session. Now, when it comes to agents, yeah, who's in the market for a new agent? Who's looking for a new agent? Maybe you're looking to change agents. Maybe you don't have an agent. You're looking for a new one, or you're looking for your first one. Or you could still be happy with your agent. That's totally cool as well. This session that I'm doing tomorrow night at 7:30 p.m. is still going to be really applicable for you. I've got an incredible guest coming on for members of ActsOnThis.tv tomorrow. 7:30 p.m. live on Zoom. It is recorded for those people who can't make it. So if you're not a member and you're not going to make tomorrow night, get a membership anyway. This will be uploaded in the members area the day after. So as I'm recording this, it'll be uploaded on Wednesday, the 15th of November. That session will be in the members area for you. But yeah, I've got Nicola Bolton, the founder and lead agent of Nicola Bolton Management, a fantastic one of an absolutely leading boutique agency in the industry. Nicola only looks after roughly 110 artists on her books right now. Her associate agent Anita Gilbert will be joining us tomorrow night as well. She's got clients working right at the top of TV. Nicola's been an agent for many years at different agencies, but she set up on her own in 2020. Pretty brave move considering what was going on in 2020 when the whole industry had closed down. But she has hustled and hustled and hustled, using all of the contacts she obviously built when she was working for other agencies to get her clients working in really great stuff. And now, they're working in really, really, the top of TV and film as well. So, Nicola and Anita are joining us tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. to really dive into how the agency has built over the last 3 years. We're going to dive into 3 of her clients. We're going to look at why she signed them, 3 recent signings. Taryn, I think I saw you on here before live. I'm sure you've recently just signed with Nicola, haven't you? Taryn K, are you on here? I'm sure you have. I'm pretty certain Nicola said you'd recently signed. But yeah, we're going to be diving into 3 actors on Nicola's books, look at why Nicola signed them, how they reached out to her, what they said, what she likes when people are reaching out for rep. Ultimately, what you've got to do to impress Nicola and Anita to stand the chance of getting signed before Christmas. The whole point of this session is to use this information and act on it. That's why it's called Act on This side of Christmas. I want people who are looking for an agent. Josh, I want people like yourself who is looking for an agent right now who I know is very, very good. You're a really good actor. You've already worked professionally. We've got that first role on Emmerdale. We're looking for your next role. Someone like Nicola will be brilliant for you. And I want, people like that to get signed. Whether it's with Nicola or other great agents using the strategies we'll talk about tomorrow. It's what I want people to do. I want you to push on and, you know, start getting stuff sorted this year. So I've got a little video that I want to play out that me and Nicola and Anita recorded earlier today, just to sort of give you an insight on these guys and what they're like. And then we'll have a little chat and just see who's currently looking for an agent. But this is 7:30 p.m. tomorrow night. That's Wednesday. No, it's not. It's Tuesday. Tuesday. The 14th of November, 7:30 p.m. Actors, are you looking to sign with a great acting agent right now? Or maybe, you know what, you're really happy with the agent that you have, but you want to learn how to work more effectively as a team together to land even more casting opportunities. Either way, I want to invite you to this week's ActOnThis.tv live mastermind session. It's taking place on Tuesday, the 14th of November at 7:30 p.m. on Zoom with these absolute legends here. Agent and founder of leading acting agency Nicola Bolton Management. It's Nicola Bolton and her right-hand woman, associate agent Anita Gilbert. Ladies, thank you so much for doing this. What are we going to be covering on Tuesday night then?
Right, so we're going to look at how actors should approach an agent, in particular Nicola Bolton Management, and what we look for.
Nice.
And we're also going to be looking at your spotlight CVs, how to keep your skill sets up to date, and ways in which you can work with your agent to support you in creating more casting opportunities and connections within the industry.
I love it. And we're also going to be diving into, because I'm going to pick 3 clients of yours, folks. We're going to be diving into 3 clients that Nicola has signed recently. We're going to be looking at why they got signed, what they sent in. We're going to look at their headshots, their, you know, all of the sort of like what they said in emails, etc., etc. Ultimately, how they got signed to the agency. So you can hopefully learn from that and recreate their success. If you want to get involved in this, get yourself over right now to actonthis.tv/live for full details of this session and all sessions. We do this almost every single week with the biggest casting directors, agents, actors, writers, directors, producers in TV, the best people in the industry, basically, folks, including yourselves.
Yes.
And Nicola, I'm going to put you on the spot now. You've done this before. You might remember. I don't know if we did this last time. But why don't actors want to miss this session in particular?
Because we think that you don't need to wait until 2024 to apply to an agency. We would like to demystify what agents do and give you a little insight into our lives.
I love it. There is still plenty of time to get signed this year, folks. Be there. actonthis.tv/live. actonthis.tv/live. Honest to God, like, again, it's one of those sessions that if you got a membership just for that session, you know, and you took the advice on board and then you used it to get signed, it could be the best session that you attend this year. Honest to God, it's super, super valuable. And what I love about Nikki and Anita is they're just totally on the same page as me. They're like, listen, you know, you absolutely, as an actor, have to be proactive. You cannot leave absolutely everything to your agent. It's a partnership. It's a business partnership. You really should be working together, you know, to cultivate opportunity. So Nicola really promotes her actors being proactive, loves them reaching out to casting directors the right way. We're also going to discuss that, as we always do. You know, there's something quite interesting at the moment I've heard from a few agents. I'm a big believer that actors should ask for their submissions list from agents. That's basically what you've been submitted for over the last sort of month, 2 months, 3 months, so that you as an actor can be proactive and say, listen, you know what, I've just looked at my submissions list. My agent has submitted me to this casting director 3 times over the last 3 months. I haven't been brought in, or I've not been offered a self-tape. So that suggests to me that maybe I've got some work to do building a relationship with that casting director. That's really, really useful. And then you go about that very organically, very professionally. And I've heard from a few agents where they've given their clients their submissions list, and then what's actually happened is their client, they've just not used common sense. They've reached out to the casting directors that have been bringing them in and have always been slightly accusatory, as like, oh, I've been submitted for 3 times. I really wanted to be seen for that. Why didn't you see me? It's just like, oh my God, no, you're doing it all wrong. So, you know, I understand then why agents would then go, oh, well, I don't know if I should give my clients their submissions list, because some people are just really not using it properly. So we're going to talk about that as well, because yeah, I think it can put you at a great advantage if you know what you're being subbed for, but then you've really got to actually be sensible with what you do with that information, because it is slightly confidential in terms of, so you'll see on there the name of the role you got put forward for, the project, potentially sometimes the director, the casting director, you know, a little bit of extra information about it. You've got to really use that responsibly, not to show your agent up by sort of kicking off that you've not been brought in. You've really got to do that well. So we're going to cover that as well. And then obviously we'll bring people on camera tomorrow, and, you know, we'll answer your questions as well. Nikki and Anita are just open books when it comes to just being really honest and upfront. Neither of them beat around the bush. Neither of them, you know, sugarcoat anything. It's just like, look, this is how it is. So I'm very much looking forward to doing that tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. actonthis.tv/live. If you want to get a membership and join us. If you get a membership, obviously you'll get access to the archive of probably 400 hours of past calls with top casting directors, agents, actors, writers, directors, and producers. And if I go over to the site as well, let me just show you what else is coming up. Let's log into the members area here and just show you what else is happening between now and Christmas. We've got loads of stuff coming up. So this is Nicola Bolton tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. For those people who have a membership, your Zoom link will be here where it says coming soon. It'll be here tomorrow about midday. I'll also send it out via email. Well, Petch will. He'll send it out via email, so keep an eye on your email. Or if you've got the app, you'll get a push notification giving you your Zoom link. Week after that, we've got a double whammy actually coming up of incredible casting directors. Amy Jackson of Amy Jackson Casting, an incredible casting director working at the top of TV, has just cast BBC Three's We Might Regret This, a great comedy. She did Stephen Merchant's Outlaws, Apple's smash hit Suspicion, has worked with huge casting directors over the years, Amy Hubbard, Kate Rose James, Rachel Freck. Lots of brilliant people. Is an absolutely lovely person, always on the lookout for new talent. That's going to be an incredible session. Amy's not been on the site for a couple of years, so we're going to have a catch-up with her. Nicola's not been on the site for 3 years. I can't believe it, 3 years since the last time we've had Nicola on. But that's going to be the 23rd of November. Week after that, we've got one of the biggest, again, just one of the biggest casting directors in TV, Catherine Willis, particularly in comedy. If you want to work in comedy, Catherine casts a lot of comedy. She's doing more drama now, but historically has done some really, really big comedy stuff. She did the Disney Plus series The Full Monty, Alan Carr's Changing Ends recently, Henpocalypse for BBC Two. She's got some new shows coming out, a new Disney Plus show called The Ballad of Renegade Nell. I don't think that's a comedy. I think that's a drama. But Catherine's going to be joining us on Tuesday, the 28th of November. So yeah, Amy on the 23rd, Catherine on the 28th. We've then got our smash hit Christmas session that we do every single year that always gets a little bit leery because people bring a cocktail. We've got our Christmas cocktails and conversation night where we will be doing Petchy's big quiz once again and giving away hundreds of pounds in Amazon gift cards. Obviously only to members. That's a really good session. That's going to be happening on the 7th of December. We're then going to finish off with our Zooms on the 12th of December where we do a showreel surgery with Chris Stone. I want everybody's showreel to be banging for 2024. I don't want you starting in January editing your showreel. You're just putting yourself behind. Let's get this all done by Christmas. You know, that goes out on the 12th. You've got a full week then before we all wind down for Christmas. Let's just get all our ducks in a row so that in January, you're not writing to agents. You know, you're actually getting your stuff out there and you're, you know, getting tapes. It's busy. January's always busy. February's always busy. Stuff's getting greenlit. Stuff's getting cast. Stuff's going into production. Don't, just sleepwalk into next year. So we're going to do that session with Chris on the 12th of December. We'll then, the week after, release our we do a massive podcast, me and producer Petch, once a year called this year it'll be the big 2023 wrap-up. Sometimes it's really massive. It's sometimes 5 hours and we release it in 2.5 hour parts. I don't know what's going to happen this year, but that's where we literally recap on everything that's gone down in the acting industry this year. All the gossip, all the scandal, all the controversy, the good, the bad, everything in between. Very much looking forward to sitting down with a bottle of mulled wine to do that with Petch this year. If you've got any topics that you want us to discuss on that as well, please drop Petch an email, lee@actonthis.tv, if there's something that you would love us to cover in depth on that podcast that we will launch just before Christmas. Do let us know. That'll be plenty for you to go at as well over the Christmas break, you know, to sort of keep you occupied. And then we'll be back first week of January with even more incredible sessions with the biggest casting directors, agents, actors, writers, directors and producers in TV. Going bigger and better than ever in 2024. We've got so much coming, a brand new app. We've got a brand new community that's happening on the website. So you'll have a brand new community hub where we'll be able to go live in it ourselves. We'll be able to host meetups on there, like just spontaneously. We'll be able to go live video. Everyone will be able to jump on, similar to Zoom, but without needing Zoom. We'll be able to run competitions. You'll be able to earn badges. There'll be leaderboards for stuff. We'll be able to set challenges. It's going to be banging. There's never, ever been a better time to be a member of That's on This.tv. And you get all of those new features for the same price you get now. We don't put the price up just because we're going to give you some new features. Everybody in the community gets the new features for the same price that you are paying now. And that's one other thing as well. If anyone's thinking of joining new, occasionally, obviously, the price does go up a little bit every 2 years. The price went up £3 this year from £24 to £27 a month. Sometimes, stuff has to go up. I keep it as cheap as possible. But if you lock in any price, whatever price you get in at, that's you locked in at that price forever. If you've already got a membership, your membership does not go up and you lock in that price. So anybody who's currently got a membership, if the price does go up next year to £30 a month or whatever, you will not be affected. So get your membership and you'll be protected. And also, a little tease. Let me know, actually, a bit of feedback here. Black Friday's 11 days away. Now, I never discount membership, and I'll never do that because I don't think it's fair. I hate it when you buy something and you invest in something, and then that company stabs you in the back by 3 weeks later going, 50% off for Black Friday. I'm like, F you. Where's my discount? I've been with you 6 months. Where's like my loyalty discount for being with you? So I'd never screw members over by doing that. However, once a year, I do offer on Black Friday something that everybody can get, regardless of your level of membership. And that's, I let 10 people each year get a lifetime membership to the site for the equivalent price. It's not cheap, by the way. This is certainly not for everybody. For the equivalent of 2 years membership. So this year it's over £500, not much more than that. But it generally, last year it worked out a little bit cheaper at like £495. Sold out in about 3 minutes. So this year, what I was thinking, and again, I know it's not for everybody because that's quite expensive, but if you think Act On This has been around for 13 years, it's going to be around another 13 years. I don't see it ever not being around, to be honest with you. If you're going to be a member of Act On This for the next decade, you're saving thousands of pounds if you get a lifetime membership, and you get everything that I create within the membership for free moving forward. Ultimately, you would never, ever pay anything again. But what I was thinking of doing to reward members this year who were interested in that, because last year, I'd say, it honestly was probably about 3 minutes, and those 10 places went, because I can only give it to 10 people. If I gave it everybody, I wouldn't have a business in a year, because everyone would be I'd never earn any more money. Everyone would have paid for life, and I would never have any cash flow. So it's for 10 actors only. You also get the Ultimate Contacts database as well, the most in-depth casting director list of contact details for casting directors, casting associates, casting assistants, and agents as well. You get that for life. That gets updated every month for life, literally forever. Lifetime of service, anyway. If I pass away, unfortunately, I can't. It's the only reason the site would close down. As long as I'm alive, folks, you've got a lifetime pass. Even then, as long as Petch is alive, you've got a lifetime pass. But yeah, what I was thinking of doing is, because obviously I'd rather have people who are loyal to the community and are already members get one of those places. If there's anyone here who's like, actually, I'd like to do that, would it be better if I created a waiting list this year? Just let me know. There might not be much interest in it because I get it. Time's hard at the moment. But I could create a waiting list, and then anyone else, say there's 20 people on that waiting list, you'd all get an email an hour before the public gets an email. So just it'll still be pretty fast. It'll still be first come, first serve. If there's 20 of you on the list, there's still only going to be 10 places, but it'd mean that you'd get a heads up before anybody else. If that'd be useful, let me know, or drop me an email, ross@actonthis.tv. If anyone's listening on the replay and you're like, look, I would love to get one of those lifetime memberships, let me know, and I'll just make sure people get them rather than just, I love random people on the internet as well, but I obviously really want to look after existing people within this within this community as well. But that's going to be happening on the 24th. I think it's the 24th of November, Black Friday this year. And I know there's people watching tonight who've already got a lifetime membership. So there's people who got in a few years ago and have never paid anything since. So you get a little black membership that no one else has. If you've got a lifetime, you might even get a special badge when we do the new community next year. I could probably give people on a lifetime a little star on their profile to just make you feel extra special. Right, let's see what's going down in the chat. So Josh is very excited about getting a new agent. So he's not sent Nicola an email yet because he's waiting off. But yeah, Josh, join that session, mate. Or if you can't make it, watch the replay. Get on it before before Christmas. Nick says, I can't make tomorrow. It'd be great if you could cover the following. What percentage of time is spent reacting to spotlight breakdowns that arrive, and what percentage is researching projects for specific actors? That's interesting, Nick. What steps would you be taking for your clients once you know their work will be airing soon? Great. Yeah, we'll definitely cover that sort of stuff. Nick, could you email could you just email that as well to lee@actsonthis.tv, and I'll get Petch to remind me on the broadcast. He can paste those questions into the Q&A box, mate, and we'll just make sure that we cover that sort of stuff for you so I don't forget. Josh has auditioned for Catherine Willis twice. Can't wait for that session. Nice one, Josh. Joe's got a new showreel scene with Chris Stone booked in a couple of weeks. Nice one, Joe. Very much looking forward to seeing that then. Alex, we've definitely got to get... I've not had Nina Gold on, ever. Nina does like one session now and again for Spotlight, but I would love to. I've not given up. I've really not given up. We will definitely get... We've had Kate Bone on. You know, he's been an associate, casting associate for Nina. But yeah, in 2024... Let's try and make that happen, mate. Definitely. We'll sort that out. Nick got the Black... Did you get the Black Friday offer last year, Nick? Let me know if you got that last year. I didn't know you had it, mate. That's awesome. Let's have it. Josh, I can't give it as a wedding present. I'll get you a wedding present. I just can't give you a 500 quid wedding present. But, you know, I'll get you something. Let's have a look. Waiting list would be good, says Indy. I'll set it up, Indy, and I'll send it out to members and say, you know, there's no pressure at all. Like, it's just a bit of fun every Black Friday that I do. As I say, my whole thing that I pride the site on is that we'll never discount memberships because we just keep them as cheap as possible. I would never, ever want to feel like someone's getting screwed over because you buy a membership and then... Some people have built their entire business around discounts. I don't know if you're like me. When you know a company will issue these mental, like 50% off flash sales and all this sort of stuff, I don't know about you, but it wrecks the company for me because I will never buy anything from them because I know they're likely to bring a coupon out or a sale every couple of months. So I just wait for that. Grenade, who do protein bars, you know, I would have, if they never done a sale, I'd be buying protein bars from Grenade at full price. The fact is that every couple of months they drop some coupon for like 15 bars for 15 quid, like a third of the price they sell them at normally. I just go, I'm just going to stock up when the coupon comes out. I'm never buying anything at full price. I just don't think it's a good business model because all those customers who are ready to buy don't buy because they just wait until there's going to be a coupon code. So I will never, ever discount membership. I just keep it as cheap as possible. And once you lock in a price, your membership will never go up as long as you keep your subscription active. But yeah, if you're into the lifetime, I will sort a list out, Indy, definitely. Lifetime membership, Gary, that's what's 500 quid. Basically, if you buy 2 years membership on Black Friday, I give people lifetime membership so they never pay anything again. That's what that is, mate. Di said she'd definitely be up for that. We'll sort it out, Di. We will get that sorted, yeah. So it's just 10 people. It's funny because I send the email out and I just literally, I'm like, right, 60, 59, 58. I'm counting down and like a minute goes by and like nearly half the places have gone already. I will sort you out with your badge, Nick, when we get the new community, definitely. Joe, I hope you are well. He said, you're not that well, though. You're in bed. Can't make tomorrow. But yeah, we will record it for you. What, Nina's doing another workshop, is she? Right, well, if Nina's doing other stuff for people now, I'm getting her on. We're having a chat. Maybe she's like, look, I'm doing more in the world. Could we have Claire Bleasdale back on to discuss short films? Yes, Nat, 100% in the new year. Yeah, I saw Claire. She's casting some commercials at the moment. I saw her putting some briefs out today. But yeah, Claire's lovely. We'll get Claire Bleasdale back on. If anyone else has got any thingy as well, if you've got any suggestions for guests for 2024, now's the time to sort of get your requests in. Again, just tweet us at Acts on This TV. Tag the person you'd want as a guest. That just applies a little bit of pressure. And we'll see what we can do. Definitely. I mean, in the members area, there's probably every major casting director bar Nina Gold, actually. So I will endeavour to get Nina on next year. It's only 90 minutes, isn't it? I'm like, look, come on, we'll make a really big charity donation for you. And Nick, yeah, you got in last November on the Lifetime. Good on you, mate. Absolute deal of the century. Right, so let's have a look. I think I've got caught up on all of the comments. What else have I got to discuss with you guys tonight? I've covered mostly everything I wanted to. I wanted to go over the Spotlight stuff. We've done that. People who are looking for an agent, obviously, we've got tomorrow night with Nicola Bolton. I've covered Black Friday. Oh, this is just one other bit of feedback, and it's something else for those people who might be new to the community. You might not have seen me do this. I know there's a lot of people on here who've already been part of this, but I run a program once a year. There's 2 flagship programs for Acts on This that I run once a year. One is called First TV Role Fast Track, which is a program dedicated to getting you your first TV job in record time. That's a big program. It actually comes with a 12-month support package as well. So that's like a big program that we're going to launch probably next summer. We did it in the summertime this year. Took about 100 people through it. And a lot of people have really changed up their careers. They're really, they've either booked TV jobs, multiple TV jobs, or are getting regular auditions now, which is fantastic to see. But one other program that I run just once a year in conjunction with a really great friend of mine, world record breaker and high performance mindset coach Matt Hall, we do something called Bulletproof Factor, Unstoppable Confidence, Infinite Success. I got obsessed with positive psychology, science-backed positive psychology, well over a decade ago now. Getting on actually probably for nearly 17 years, nearly 2 decades ago. Matt is huge on positive psychology, and he's actually qualified in all this stuff as well. I've just read hundreds of books and feel like I'm qualified in the school of life. Matt's actually got all the qualifications and stuff and all of the certificates to prove that. But we put together last year a brand new version of this program called Bulletproof Factor, Unstoppable Confidence, Infinite Success. If you go to bulletprooffactor.com, you'll find this website. This is version 2.0. Without a doubt, the most in-depth program on earth for actors who want to install an unstoppable confidence, basically. It really takes you through all of the science-based, science-backed positive psychology to break down all of the bullshit you are feeding yourself and getting in your own way. It really helps you annihilate all those limiting beliefs, get over procrastination, really understand yourself so that you can go forward in this industry and just with an unstoppable confidence. Seriously, all of this stuff I absolutely attribute to my own success. This is all stuff that I've implemented in my own life over the years. It's a huge program. It's 8 modules. You get a workbook. It's all sort of like self-study you can do online. There's a VIP version of it where we will do live calls with people as well. But I want to bring this back in early 2024 because there's Matt. There's a little bit about us both. You can find that out. There's Oscar-winning Rachel Shenton. She took the program about 18 months before she won an Oscar. Not saying, it's got anything to do with the course, but it obviously has. So you can watch some testimonials of people on there as well who have taken the program and, the success that they've had after it. But I wanted to know off you guys, like, when would be the best time to do that in the new year? Would you want it like first thing 2024 at the start of January? Do you want to get into the swing of things first and then we launch it at the end of January? So maybe when we're doing the live calls, we go through it in February. I just want to sort of get it aligned with actors so that they can get the most out of it. I don't want to overwhelm you necessarily by going, right, first week of January, let's go on this program. Because it's really, the program's big. It's not for people who are dabbling. This is for people who really want to change their lives, get out of their own way and have the best year ever next year. There's like a lot of accountability in it. Matt runs a WhatsApp group along it where you will be required to check in. Like literally you will be we can't make you obviously, but you will be asked to leave daily voice notes within the accountability group so that we all know what you're doing. Matt runs that. He's incredible at that. There'll be a pop-up Facebook group as well for 30 days after the program to make sure that people are following through on what they say they're going to follow through on. It's a huge commitment, basically, so I don't want to overwhelm people. But yeah, when do you think, well, just after some feedback, would be a good time in 2024 to do that? I want to do it in the first quarter, 100%. I don't want to leave it any later than that. But yeah, would it be better end of January so that we're starting February, or I don't know, from February, March? I don't know. I'd love to know what feedback you would have if that's something that people would be interested in. Indy's saying Feb. Let's have a look. End of Jan, says Gary. Josh says game changing. Love that weekend. Yeah, because Josh, you did Bulletproof with us when we did it live last year. It'll be recorded this year with some live training as well, but we recorded the full program in front of a live audience because I love doing it that way. You get sort of like real-time feedback on stuff. He says, love that weekend, and it was my birthday. I've been so positive since then. I've achieved huge life dreams and goals this year, hit so many targets this year thanks to Bulletproof Factor. Josh, you're just like a walking testimonial. I love it. It is game-changing, though. Seriously, it really, really is. 100%. Joe says Bulletproof is amazing. Thank you, Joe. But yeah, bulletprooffactor.com if people want to learn more about that. But it looks like, yeah, people are up for end of January. Definitely. So yeah, we'll do that. Let's have it. Nick says tempted to say start of February, give people a chance to get paid. Yeah, that's that's a point as well. It's not a super expensive program, Bulletproof Factor. It's not as expensive as First TV Role Fast Track, because First TV Role Fast Track is expensive because it's a year. We give you a year's worth of support. This is a self-study program, VIP coaching, and then 30 days of support afterwards to just make it's daily support though to make sure that you are implementing what you said you would implement. But yeah, a lot of people are saying Feb. So okay, so we'll do that. So me and Matt will probably start doing some webinars to promote that in mid-January, and then we'll do one at the end of January, and then the program will start probably end of the first week of February. But yeah, bulletproofactor.com if you want to get on the waiting list for that as well, because again, we limit the number of places. Every year, we only let 100 people into First CV or Fast Track, because we really want to give you sort of, proper tailored one-to-one coaching, and the same on Bulletproof as well. I don't even think we let 100 in last year. I think we let like maybe 75 people into to the Bulletproof Actor program last year, just so Matt doesn't have too many people in the WhatsApp group, because he's really on it in there. Like, it's a huge task for him to keep 100 people really motivated and personally motivated as well. So yeah, very much looking forward to that. So that's all my updates. We've got 5 minutes left. We could do a couple of Q&A if you want. Let's do 5 minutes of Q&A before we wrap up tonight. But thank you so much for spending this time with me tonight. It's gone fast, hasn't it? Every week it goes quick, but tonight it's gone exceptionally fast. But yeah, let me know if you've got any questions, any burning issues in your career, anything that's just doing your head in that you're just struggling to get past, or you need a bit of advice on something, or you've got something coming up this week that you need a bit of help with. Drop us a comment here if you're live on Facebook. And if you're watching on the replay and you need some help, obviously anytime you like, you can post inside. If you're a member of Acts on This, post inside the private community on actsonthis.tv. We've got a Facebook group that's open to the public at facebook.com/groups/ActOnThisTV. And you can always tweet or post on X, formerly Twitter, at ActOnThisTV. And myself or producer Petch will get back to you and help. Maya, how you doing? Good to see you here. Josh says, I've emailed a few agents. It's been 2 weeks and no response. Is it worth chasing up? Yeah, 100%. I think 2 weeks is a respectable amount of time as well to leave something. The thing is, I mean, agents are without a doubt going to be, still very, very busy with agent submissions. Actors looking for representation. They're going to be even busier in January though. So it's definitely the right time to reach out now. Even though they will still be busy now because there's Christmas work coming up. There's a lot of their actors are going to be doing the Christmassy kind of stuff. There'll be contracts and stuff to deal with there. But yeah, I think 2 weeks is a good amount of time. What I would do is, I never really chased up emails with emails, because I'm like, well, if you've not replied on an email, me sending another email is probably not going to be that useful. A really quick and polite phone call, handled well, Josh, is the way forward. This is what I used to do. I would literally just be like, they say, good morning, say, hey, listen, I'm super sorry for bothering you. I won't keep you a second. I just dropped a representation request in a couple of weeks ago. I've not had anything back yet. I'm not pushing or anything. I don't want to be one of those kind of actors, but I just wanted to check that it had gone to the right email address. I sent it to and roughly, obviously I want to try and get reps sorted out before Christmas. Roughly, how long should I give it before I take it? It's not going to go any further. And generally speaking, when I used to do that, they would look at it that day. They'd just be like, oh, bless him, let's have a look. And sometimes it would be, no, we can't take it any further, but thanks ever so much. Other times, on a few occasions, it got me a meeting. But it's handling that phone call with confidence and just real tact and politefulness and a bit of charisma and a bit of playfulness. Because obviously agents are busy. They would have probably preferred to pick up the phone and you be a casting director asking for one of their clients. But equally, you need to know where you stand, because I was like, I can't wait. Well, how long do I wait? I can't just wait forever. I mean, obviously, Josh, you with you doing First CV or Fast Track, you'll understand how we can track all that stuff. So you'll know if something's been seen and looked at. So that's quite useful as well. But I don't think there's any harm in a really quick, polite phone call, mate. Don't be scared of that. Right, let's have a look. What else we got? So that's that. Natalie's writer's block. Oh, I'm not a writer, Nat. Do you know what though? When I have creative block, the thing for me is it's getting out of my environment. If ever I feel a block anywhere, whether it's like, sometimes I'm trying to write, maybe I'm trying to design maybe a sales page on Acts on This. I'm trying to write some blurb that will go with the feature. I try to design some Facebook adverts or something like that. If I'm like, I'm just getting nowhere, sort of like hitting myself in the head going, come on, why can't you think? That's never going to do me any good. Getting away and out of this environment and walking in nature for 45 minutes with some music or a podcast, something completely unrelated, generally that's when ideas will start flowing again and they'll start coming to me. I remember, I've known Jack Thorne, the writer, incredible writer, for many, many years. I've spoken to Danny Brocklehurst as well. He's the creator of Sky's Brassic, really, really big stuff. Tony Schumacher, who wrote The Responder. Lots of writers that I've spoken to, they all say that they go through this. And I remember Jack saying, if I went to the library, he said, and, if I wrote, by the end of the day, if I'd got one page done, he goes, that's a really good day. So you're not on your own. If you're writing scripts and you're struggling, the best writers in the country, if they're getting through one page a day, they're, chuffed to bits. So yeah, don't put too much pressure on yourself. Let's have a look. Nick says, needed your positivity today, RG. Man, just, message me. I'll send you a positive. What about, I'm trying to think, I wonder if we should do, I'm just trying to think because I'm massive on, obviously, positivity, and it's not like, it's hard to be positive all the time. It just is, even for me. Like, try and be as optimistic as possible. It's difficult, but I wonder if maybe, again, just for members of Acts on This, we could create maybe like a read-only WhatsApp group. And then, so it wouldn't be one where everyone can discuss and chat, because that would just be completely unadministratable. But I'm wondering if maybe we could, I could leave everybody like one voice note a day in the group in the morning. Be like an inspirational minute-long quote and message once a day or something. Or is that just going to get annoying? Be like, just fuck off, Ross. But maybe, yeah, if people, because I'm part of groups like that, which is like accountability or just checking groups or things that you can't reply to, but you just get like a shot of something every morning. Like there's newsletters that I'm part of that just send you something positive every single day. We can maybe do one for actors, and again, all you'd have to do is just just join. I'd put a button in the members area, and you could just join a WhatsApp group or something, and we could just give people a little shot of motivation and positivity every day. Right, let's have a look. Maya says, what is that? You're in Hull Raisers a week on Thursday. Blink and you'll miss me, but have a few lines. Maya, that's amazing. Make sure you get that footage as soon as it's aired, and you get it on your reel, and you get it out to people this side of Christmas, particularly if you're looking for an agent or something like that. Right, what else is going on? Shannon says, been feeling a bit glum today until I watch this. Nice. Well, that makes me feel amazing. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta, I don't know, it's just hard, isn't it? You just got to push through. I think because the seasons are changing, I think I always find at this time of year, I've got an eye condition, so I see really badly in the dark, so I'm literally night blind. So even walking around, getting my steps in after 4 o'clock is quite hard. I was walking down a street today and it got really, really dark. And I had to just turn around and walk back the other way. I mean, genuinely, it gets to the point where I can't see anything. I can't make out the pavement from the road. Like, it's got a lot worse in streetlights have got white instead of orange. The orange streetlights used to be much better for my eyes. So yeah, this time of year can be a pain in the arse for me. And I think just when the seasons change and it's cold and raining and dark early and you're waking up and it's dark, like, I think that can just sort of zap all your energy, can't it? So yeah, you've got to be around other people who we can all lift each other up. So maybe I'll do something like that, and members of Acts on This can join that, which would be cool. Positive affirmations, says Sally Ann. Yeah. Incantations. That's what I like to call them. I like to emphasize the word can. Incantations. It's so important. You know what? Like, what you're saying to yourself on a daily basis is really, really important, and we all tend to have like a common question that runs through our lives at any one time, and it's very often a negative one. For a lot of actors at this time of year, it's like another year, like, when will it ever go right for me? Because you're getting to the end of the year and maybe you haven't had the success that you wanted, and actors are waking up in the morning with asking those kind of questions, like, will I ever succeed? When will anything go right for me? When will I get my chance? And it inevitably draws you on to just focusing on all the obstacles and stuff, as opposed to, like, what's one thing I could do today that's going to just move me a bit closer to my target. And it doesn't even have to be with acting. What's one thing I can do today to just give something to someone else? Like, sometimes when you're feeling like shit, and it's not altruistic and it's not doing it to be selfless, sometimes actually doing something for someone else can make you feel miles better. It's quite selfish in a way. Sometimes it's just like, right, okay, can I help my mum with something, or how can I help my partner with something that they're doing? Just get away from sort of your shit for a bit. that can sometimes help you go back to your own problems with fresh eyes as well. So it's asking those questions in the morning when you're cleaning your teeth, like what am I going to do today that would make me a bit happier, as opposed to what can I focus on that's going to make me feel like shit. But it's hard. I'd be lying if I said that I find that easy. Some days I actually wake up and I think, oh God, it feels like I haven't slept. I just want to pull the covers over my head and just turn the world off. Can I just pause the world for a little bit? It'd be so much nicer if I could just pause the world for an hour. I got really overwhelmed this morning. It was all good stuff, but I had lots of people emailing me, lots of people asking me for things all at the same time. And they were all great opportunities on their own, but all together it just felt so overwhelming. And sometimes you just got to take it one little thing at a time, one little step at a time. And don't beat yourself up if you're just having one of those days where you are feeling a bit glum and a little bit shit. It is fine. You would never know what it was like to feel good if you just, if you felt it all the time and you never felt bad. So yeah, you just got to keep on going. I keep thinking, when will the TV role come, says Alex. I love Nick's reply there. It will come. Took me 24 years. Honestly, yeah, I couldn't believe it. Nick did first TV role Fast Track. I like to say you got it within not even a year of doing that program, but 24 years before that, Nick. Hats off to you. I doff my cap to you for staying in the industry that long. A lot of people after 24 years are just going, nah, sack this. But you didn't. You hung in there. You got 2 jobs under your belt now, and you will get more next year, because it's just using those jobs, Nick, when they come out. Go Ed looks amazing, by the way. New ITV comedy Nick's in on ITVX. Looks really great. I saw that trailer. Looks really, really good. So I can't wait to see that. Yeah, it's just persevering and changing up tactics and try to just gamify the system a little bit. Just how can I sort of have a bit more fun whilst on this pursuit? You just got to keep going. But yeah, we'll get onto all of that. Honestly, there's gonna be so much cool stuff going on this next year. And when I get all of the software sorted for for this new community, that'll change the game. Oh, also, and again, I know I've been saying this for ages, just on a more boring thing, but there will now be, in the new year, you'll be able to log into the members area, and you'll be able to download invoices from all of your membership. So I know for taxes, that's obviously really useful if you can download all of your past invoices for your membership fees. That'll be something you'll be able to do by just logging into your members area next year as well. We finally built that. It's not quite perfect yet. I think it goes back like 3 years, but I'm testing it at the moment. And if I go back longer than 3 years, the system has a bit of a fit. So if you've been a member longer than 3 years, we're going to figure that out. You'll be able to go back forever, get all of your invoices downloaded. But that's something that I know people have requested and want. So yeah, making constant improvements. And like I say, we'll not put your membership fees up. Everything that you get that's new next year, you'll never pay anything more for. If you're a member now, that's all you will ever pay. Right, you're all legends. Thank you so much for being here. Really, really means the world. Alex, the app's coming along great, mate. You'll be able to download an Act on This app. At the moment, we've teamed up with a company called Kajabi to supply us with the app. But no, next year, it won't be the start of the year. It'll probably be Q2. Next year, 2024, we will have an Act on This app, and you will download that from the App Store on Android or on Apple, and it will have this new community integrated into it. When we first started developing this, it looked like we'd have to do a separate app for the content on the site and then a different app for the community. Now it's all going to be intertwined, so it'll be one login, one app for everything. That obviously just requires quite a bit more work. But yeah, it's all good, man. I'll probably be able to let a few people test it, before it goes out properly, because we'll need to test it for bugs and stuff like that. But that will be something that will be coming next year, 100%. The community, the web-based community that you'll be able to access through your web browser and on your mobile as well through the mobile browser, not the app, that will come before that. So you're going to get that, sooner rather than later. But it's wicked. I'm excited about it. It means we'll be able to just go live randomly at any point in the day. And then you'll all get an email going, Ross has just gone live or whatever. And then we can just, if we just hang out for a bit, just randomly for like 10 minutes, set a challenge and, have a little bit of fun. There's just cool things like that we can do. There's potential as well for maybe some one-to-one coaching next year. I want to bring some more staff on, effectively, that really understand how I work and the ethos of the site, and it'd be people who are working in TV and have implemented these strategies and tactics that we coach people on, and they've had success themselves with that, so they can really help other people. But yeah, there might be opportunity for booking some one-to-one coaching, and that will all happen on the website. There'll be no extra tools for that. That'll be under your login. You'll be able to log into a separate product within your members area. You'll have a schedule of when your one-to-one calls are going to be. Within there, we'll be able to upload PDF documents or anything that we think will help you in that session. You'll be able to make notes yourself while you're having that session. You'll be able to write notes, save them into your profile. We'll be able to write notes, save them into your profile for you as well. There's loads of stuff that I want to do, and just up to now, because it's only been me and Petch, we're limited, but I want to sort of expand a lot in 2024, and just offer more, more and more and more stuff to just really help people get focused and move forward. So super exciting, very exciting indeed. So I will keep everybody posted. But thank you, folks, for being here. Really means the world. Don't forget as well, at the start of December. When is it going to be? The 2nd of December, we've got our member-only Zoom meetup on Saturday. I think it's Saturday the 2nd of December. And then we've got our in-person Christmas market meetups on the 9th, both in London and Manchester. I'm hosting the Manchester one. We're going to meet at 53.2. Then we're going to go into the Manchester Christmas markets, have a mulled wine, get some Nutella pancakes or whatever you have at Christmas. So there's some social events coming up for members of Acts on this as well. It's just the best community on earth. If you're not part of it, seriously, come on. What are you doing? I bought a Starbucks yesterday for £5.50. Never buying another one at that price. And I'm like, that's almost a week's membership on Acts on this. If you're spending money in Starbucks and you're not where you want to be in your acting career, sack your Starbucks off and come and get involved in this. Right, gonna love you and leave you. Gonna play you the teaser for Nicola Bolton's session tomorrow night. Don't forget, if you're looking for an agent and you miss this, again, you're doing yourself a massive disservice. If you can't make it live, because you've got a good excuse, the replay will be up on Wednesday. But if you're looking for an agent, please come and join us on this, and let's get this sorted this side of Christmas. Love to you all. Have an amazing week, and I'll catch up with you very soon. Until then, bye for now. Actors, are you looking to sign with a great acting agent right now? Or maybe, you know what, you're really happy with the agent that you have, but you want to learn how to work more effectively as a team together to land even more casting opportunities. Either way, I want to invite you to this week's ActOnThis.tv live mastermind session. It's taking place on Tuesday, the 14th of November at 7:30 p.m. on Zoom with these absolute legends here. Agent and founder of leading acting agency Nicola Bolton Management. It's Nicola Bolton and her right-hand woman, associate agent Anita Gilbert. Ladies, thank you so much for doing this. What are we going to be covering on Tuesday night then?
Right, so we're going to look at how actors should approach an agent, in particular Nicola Bolton Management, and
Yes.
what we look for.
Nice.
And we're also going to be looking at your Spotlight CVs, how to keep your skill sets up to date, and ways in which you can work with your agent to support you in creating more casting opportunities and connections within the industry.
I love it. And we're also going to be diving into, because I'm going to pick 3 clients of yours, folks. We're going to be diving into 3 clients that Nicola has signed recently. We're going to be looking at why they got signed, what they sent in. We're going to look at their headshots, their, all of the sort of like what they said in emails, etc., etc. Ultimately, how they got signed to the agency. So you can hopefully learn from that and recreate their success. If you want to get involved in this, get yourself over right now to actonthis.tv/live for full details of this session and all sessions. We do this almost every single week with the biggest casting directors, agents, actors, writers, directors, producers in TV, the best people in the industry, basically, folks, including yourselves.
Yeah.
And Nicola, I'm going to put you on the spot now. You've done this before. You might remember. I don't know if we did this last time. But why don't actors want to miss this session in particular?
Because we think that you don't need to wait until 2024 to apply to an agency. We would like to demystify what agents do and give you a little insight into our lives.
I love it. There is still plenty of time to get signed this year, folks. Be there. ActOnThis.tv /live.